How do you feel at the end of the week? You see your screen time and you see you spend hours scrolling through the internet without achieving so much. Some get surprised, some get shocked that they had to spend this amount of time watching other people. And for most people, it's actually a wake-up call. For some, they keep asking themselves, but what these people are doing, I can actually do it. And this is just an encouraging video to tell you can do it. Yes, you can. You have all it takes. You have the ability to do that. You could say you looked at other people last year as they posted their results, they posted their achievements on the internet, and you're like, wow, I know when this person started. I knew how many followers they started with. I knew when he was at 1,000. I knew when he was at this count. And today he has hundreds of thousands of followers. But the truth is that you too, you can actually start. You can start from where you are. And how can you do that? Just starting with you sharing what you know, your experiences, your skills, what you think might be valuable to the next person. It doesn't have to start with big. Every one of them, the big creators, the people you're looking at, they all started with one follower. They started with showing up consistently. I know you might just be saying, oh, this is what I hear all the time, but just do it. If you want 2025 to be different for you, if you want to do something differently, then you have to make it a habit to show up consistently. Yes, it's as simple as you just turning on the camera and just talking. For some, you could just start with putting out your content. Might be that audio is your thing. You could start a podcast without having to show your face. These days, it's a lot easier, even if you want to go faceless. Most people have channels, they have pages, social media pages that they don't even need to show their faces. Most people don't even know who is behind those pages. You can start with that. It's as simple as that. First, choose a platform which is going to be your message. Who are you talking to? Who are the people who your message is for? It could be a skill, it could be something you've learned from your years of work or something. Just teach people. They want to learn from your experience. There are people who are searching for what you know. Knowledge is the new code. That is what people are looking for. People who just teach them how to move from point A to point B. And you already know that. You've already been through that. Share your mistakes, share your lessons, share the hacks that you know. And you can see it could bless somebody. You're adding value rather than endlessly scrolling through TikTok. Choose a platform. You could say, okay, you look at people and say, I can do this thing this person is doing. Then why don't you start doing it? Social media is now the major thing. It's more like it's a level ground that anybody with it can actually achieve their dreams and become big. There are connections you can make, you can network, you gain visibility more than you actually dreamed and thought you could actually achieve in life. And that is why you should just start. It could be that, oh, writing is your thing. Then write a post, make it consistent. Even if you don't have all the time, you might say, oh, I'm busy, I don't have all the time. You could batch your content. If it's writing that is your thing, when you sit down, you could create content from different days of the week and schedule it, batch it. That way you are not putting yourself under pressure to show up daily. There are scheduling apps that you could maximize. You write those things, you put them on your scheduling apps at the right time, it just releases it. And people think, oh, you're behind the system showing up. You had already done the work and you're just doing it. Everything is doable, and the internet has so made everything so easy. With AI these days, it's a lot easier. It's not as if you sitting down to think of what to do. You can ask AI, you can use ChatGPT, is free, there's a free version. You can say, oh, think of topics that I can post for 1 week, and you see to come up with brilliant, intelligent ideas that you can now streamline to what your message should be. So it's a level playground for anybody to start. At times, it's just the little voices in our ears to tell you, oh, you're not good enough. If you can only shut your ears to those thoughts to say, I am good enough. Stop caring about what people think. Stop thinking about, oh, what would they say? Oh, I used to be in tech. What is this person doing about this? Oh, I used to be in healthcare. What is this person doing now? Stop worrying about what they think, because when you get older in life, you will see that you won't have to regret, oh, what this person thought about you. Rather, you'll be regretting the steps, the ideas, the value you should have brought up to the table that you didn't bring. So if you can tell stories, tell stories. If it's a dance, do it. Find a vehicle that works for you. Is it writing content? Is it audio? That is your thing. You could start a podcast. If writing, you could start on X, you could start on LinkedIn. If it's a video, you could start on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And you are teaching. Most people are already searching for these things. You could go on Google Trends to know what people are searching. You could put it in an ebook and start selling. You could start a blog. Why don't you start writing on Instagram, on Facebook? Rather than just posting irrelevant things, why don't you keep adding value? If it's entertainment, if it is comedy, you make people around you laugh, you can't get it started. Stop overthinking it. It might not be perfect. You don't have to wait until it's perfect. That's another thing. Because most people wait to say, oh, they want everything to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's the truth. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just start. Even if you make blunders, it's okay. The more you put out content, the more each video, each content you put out, learn to work on it. Okay? To say, oh, I made mistake here. Then work on it. You see that before you know it, you would have achieved so much success. Let it be that 2025 will end and you are looking at others posting their results, posting their successes, posting what they achieved, and you are beefing in your mind. You're thinking, oh, I could have done much more. I could have achieved much more. It just starts with the daily choices you make. Rather than pulling that duvet over yourself, pulling those comforters over yourself, you could just get out. Start creating. You could stop the scroll, because attention is the new currency, and the earlier you cash in on it, the earlier you start putting out your value, the earlier you start putting out yourself there, you see that you can achieve so much within a short period of time. Talk about the networking, talk about the visibility that you get to meet more important people, you get to make new friends, rather than every time complaining about work, complaining about the workplace, complaining about what is not working in your life, your finances. Why don't you start creating value? Just teaching. If you could put it in an ebook and find a way to sell it, sell the content that you have, and you'll be surprised at how many people are yearning, looking for what you already know. It's just for you to package it and position yourself strategically, position yourself rightly to start. You can do it. There's so much at our disposals in this time and in this age. So stop the scrolling. Stop having to keep looking at what this person is doing. Stop overthinking it. If it's a business that you've been yearning to produce, it doesn't have to be perfect. At times, the clarity you're looking for might meet you on the way of the progress that you're making. Yes, you want to go into e-commerce, but you don't have to have everything figured. Just get started. Create a store. Start putting out content. If it's a product, fine-tune your offer. Oh, someone complained about this. With the feedback that you're getting, you're fine-tuning it, and before you know it, you're master at it. So get started. Stop having to wait for the perfect timing, because the truth is, there is really no perfect time. Another says the best time to plant a tree is how many years ago? The second best time is today. So whatever you can do to get started, get it started. Don't keep wasting your hours. That the week will end again. You look at, you spend 8 hours, you spend 10 hours watching Instagram, watching TikTok reels, watching Facebook reels without you having to create values. Others are taking a piece of the pie without you. So get busy, get creating, and you can do it. This is me returning for you to say, you can do it. You can do it if you set your mind to do it. Let me know how you'll get started. Leave that in the comments. I would love to hear your success story. God bless you. Thank you for watching.